"I'll Be Back Home" is a love song to the biggest love of my life, which is my niece. So my brother's daughter. So I moved to London when she was 1 year old, and when I moved there, I realized that I was just missing all of the steps in becoming a little girl. So I would go back every 3, 4, 5 months, and every time I would see her, it would be something completely different from what I left the last time I went. So what I realized is that I was basically reading a book, but I was only reading like chapter 1 and skipping all the content, and then chapter 2 and reading like the last sentence. I was missing everything that built to it. So the first time I went back, she was like talking. She could actually like speak to me and have a conversation with me. I was like, I didn't remember you could do this. So something that I always told myself to just help me just feeling better when I got nostalgic of home, of her, and just wanting to see her and spending a day with her. I always told myself, I'll be back home. Like, there's not a time when I won't be able to be back there. And I know that I'm lucky enough to be able to go back home and see her, which is better than the situation that some people are in, where they can't really see some people that they love. So I was lucky for that. I was unlucky but lucky at the same time. And so I always kept telling myself, I'll be back home, I'll be back home, I'll be back home. But I needed to do more than just telling myself that. I was like, I'm going to write a song. I'd say the song is a lullaby to her. It's something that I would love to sing with her while she's falling asleep. But I also think that it's a little relief for myself. It's something that I go back to, that I read the lyrics of, or that I just listen to, and I feel better. I just feel better. So when I started writing it, I was messing around with my guitar because I wanted it to sound really warm, really cute, really lovely. So I down-tuned it, and I came down to this weird tuning, and I was just like, I'm not gonna remember this. I better like save it. And so the amount of times I've played this to remember what the tuning was is insane. There's actually called I'll Be Back Home Origins. And I have many other recordings of me just trying to do something with it. And so I just started writing it. I put the tuning in there because I was like, what if I lose my phone? What if something happens? So I literally just had to write the tuning even down on the paper, because if I would, I knew that was the most important part of this song. Like, what would have made the song was the way it was tuned and how it's actually sounded like a lullaby. So I started writing just about her. I didn't want it to be a love song about something that you just love. I wanted it to be a bit more, something that she could look back when she's a bit older and be like, was that what I was to him? Is this like what I literally could give to people, just not even talking? Because she couldn't even speak, but baby just have this thing, they just give you love. They just love you no matter what. So yeah, I just hope she will listen back to it in a couple of years' time and just remember about it.
Will you keep your innocence when you'll be 24? Will you give me love the way you